Hello and welcome to Studio 415.
On today's show, you'll see one Carroll student who enjoys inventing new things.
You'll get to hear about a new professional hockey team and how Carroll students are signing up to join.
And you'll hear how our Charger teams are doing at regionals and semi-state.
All of that and more coming up next.
And all you really need to do is give it a shot.
And Josh, oh my God, Josh might hit it. Oh, Josh is out of his cart. Josh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take camera 2.
Welcome to Studio 415. I'm Gage Fisher.
And I'm JP Susantio, and at every stage of his life, one Carroll student has had the desire to create and invent.
Sometimes inventing for himself or for the benefit of others, Malachi Conler has many creations to his name.
In my story, you'll get to meet this creator and hear why he invents.
Just like any student at Carroll, Malachi Conler goes to school, attends his classes, and goes home to play his custom electric guitar which he's made from scratch. Obviously, the key difference here is Conler's hobby in inventing items, which is easily recognizable after taking a look at his Instagram page.
So when did you begin inventing things?
Well, you could say I've been inventing things my whole life. Like when I was in elementary school, like first grade, kindergarten, it would have been like with Legos. And then as I got older and older, it became like cardboard and then duct tape and like now I'm at electronics.
In addition to just inventing as a hobby, Conler also partakes in the Nanoline contests. Nanoline is a student electronics activity held by Phoenix Contact, which assigns students with a creative, open-ended project requiring the use of given electronic controllers. These events, primarily held at universities such as Purdue and carried out of state nationally, are what Conler described to have jumpstart his interest in electronics.
Back in 5th grade, like I had a little electronic snap circuits kit, and I could make little circuits that did stuff, but it wasn't interesting at all to me because there's hardly anything you can do with that. But it was when I joined Nanoline that I could really start making things, and there was a need for me to work with electronics and get it working.
Conler also explains that the Nanoline contest gave students a budget along with the opportunity to reach out for sponsors to help fund their group projects. One of his significant Nanoline builds being an automated shower won his team the Communication Awards for wall documentation. With this knowledge of electronics already on his belt, Conler also uses many of these softwares and devices at home for personal projects too.
For more complex projects, I would usually use like an Arduino, and I would plug all the parts in on a breadboard and make sure like it works in concept, and then I would use a smaller, much smaller controller, like a little 8-pin microcontroller like that big, and I would try to use that to control the project because they're a lot cheaper than a whole Arduino every time.
To understand what Arduino essentially is, Conler explains that Arduino is simply a controller platform for electronic use. Arduino allows its users to interface with all kinds of electronics to make mini flashing projects that are easy to prototype. Many of Conler's smaller projects include the use of Arduino, which allows him to develop skills used in more complex projects. Among many of these more complex builds, one of interest seems to be an electric guitar, which he made seemingly from scratch.
Can you tell us more about your electric guitar build?
The electric guitar project spawned out of, gee, it'd be cool to play electric guitar, but they're like $200. So I found an old beat up acoustic guitar and I was like, well, how hard could it be?
After a period of research, trial and error, Conler was successfully able to put together what was technically an electric guitar from assorted parts around the house. Although some of these technical creations may seem complicated or tough to achieve to any normal person, Conler believes that with enough effort, anybody could do what he does.
A lot of this stuff, I think, it looks really hard and complicated, but if you try and you do the research and just give it a shot, I think most of these things turn out to be pretty simple. And all you really need to do is give it a shot.
If you're interested in these creations and you see Malachi down the hallway, be sure to ask him questions to learn more. For Studio 415, I'm JP Susantio. One lap around the field, 3 competitors, and no rules.
That's this week's Charger Challenge. Let's send it out to Andy Newman.
Welcome to week 7 of the Charger Challenge. I'm your host, Andy Newman, and today we'll have 3 contestants competing for the Studio 415 Cup and our own Mario Kart race. Let's get started.
I'm Josh Jackson, I'm a junior, and I'm gonna win because tennis players are the best athletes.
My name is Jade Sartorius, I'm a junior at Carroll. Why am I gonna win? I'm a baseball player, so I got big legs.
Yeah, my name's Seth Luby. I'm gonna win this because I have a whole squat max of 23 pounds.
Are you guys ready? Yes, sir. All right, 3, 2, 1, go! And they're off. Luby's out to the fast start, getting in front of Josh and Jaden. Jaden seems to be going the other way. Jaden is going into the gym. Jaden is a very smart player at this point. Luby seems to be in front of Josh. Jaden's going extremely fast now. Josh is under the first hurdle. And here comes Jaden out of the gym. Jaden has now passed Luby as the front runner of this race. He's pushing people now. He is shoving off at Josh. Jaden just hit the trash can. He's rolling right through the trash can. Luby's on his tail. Josh is completely behind everybody. Oh, and we just went over the hurdle, under the hurdle, I'm sorry. Wow, and Jaden is continuing to go past and pushing people around in his way. We have a straightaway here after the third corner rounded. They're coming home on the home stretch, folks. Jaden keeps shoving Josh away. Jaden is gonna run into another trash can. This is his second one. And Josh, oh my God, Josh might hit it. Oh, Josh is out of his cart. Josh seems to be done and out of the race. Let's see who comes out on top. Jaden is going through our maze now and just pushing over everything in his path. He seems like he's going to win this challenge unless Seth can hit him with the ball. He does, but Jaden has won this race. After the challenge, Jaden Sartorius has claimed victory. How do you feel?
Pretty good. My legs are jello now.
And how do you guys feel?
It was rigged.
Charger Challenge.
Many high schoolers play hockey for fun, but some of Carroll's own students have taken it to the next level.
Studio 415 reporter Matt Bryce has an insight in Carroll students that are professionally playing.
The Fort Wayne Spacemen is a new junior-level hockey team in Fort Wayne, which have been actively recruiting high school students, including a few Chargers. Carroll became a large piece in the Fort Wayne Spacemen team. This team consists of 3 current Carroll students in Cameron Perry, Devin Perry, and Jack Huffman. The team has also signed Trey Huffman, who is a Carroll graduate. The Spacemen compete in the U.S. Premier Hockey League, or the USPHL. This is the largest amateur hockey league in the nation, operating in 17 of the 50 United States. Teams from around Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan are all a part of the Premier Midwest Division. Players in the league vary from ages 17 to 21. The goal of the Fort Wayne Spacemen, with help from their well-trained staff, is to prepare and develop their skills for college hockey and beyond. The talent that is shown is just the beginning, with their head coach in Kaylee Schrock, who was a former Comets hockey player that won 2 championships with the K's. He will be a great mentor to all the up-and-coming Spacemen. If you would like to come out and support the Fort Wayne Spacemen and the Chargers that are part of it, their next home game is on December 7th at Sport 1 Ice House at 7:30. For Studio 415, I'm Matt Bryce.
Many of the fall sports are transitioning into the postseason.
Studio 415 reporter Lucas Harrell joins us now in the studio with a breakdown of Charger athletics.
Thanks, Gage and JP. The girls cross country team competed in their semi-state meet last Saturday and won their 5th straight title. Top runners include junior Zoe Duffus, who placed 2nd and set a new school record of 17 minutes and 33 seconds. Reina Frucci placed 6th and Marilee Clemens placed 12th. The state finals will be on November 2nd at the Wabash Valley Sports Center in Terre Haute at 1:45 p.m. The state meet can be viewed live at ihsaatv.org. The Charger volleyball team headed down to Noblesville for regional play against McCutcheon High School, and who had an overall record of 30-1. Carroll's Ella Bollinger had a total of 3 aces, Taya Hafner with 25 assists, Gabby Fish with 12 digs, and Hadley Powers with 8 kills. Unfortunately, Carroll fell short in all 3 games, ending with their season with an overall record of 20-14. For Studio 415 Sports, I'm Lucas Harold.
That's all we have today. Thanks for watching.
If there's a story that you would like us to cover, please send an email to Mr. Johnston.
If there's an event you'd like covered, please tell us in advance.
For all of us here at Studio 415, have a great week, Carroll.